Welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Talk.
What we got for classes? What are we kicking off this year with?
Well, we've got coming up on March 23rd. We've got a great defensive knife seminar coming up.
We do. We had a lot of people.
I did not want to miss talking about that one.
We had a lot of people asking about that for the past couple of years, and we finally locked on the expert to get it done.
Absolutely, we've had some knife classes out here in the past. Those have been great. We've done some with the Armed Women group.
Yes.
At that point it was the Well-Armed Woman.
Well-Armed Woman. Yeah, they've since changed their name to Armed Women of America.
One of the big things, we do get a lot of feedback. We always want to follow up after the classes and see what they're looking for. We've been surprised at what they ask for, and knives were something, and we happen to have an in-house, I don't want to say a specialist, but more of a guru when it comes to knives. And
the guy that's been there, done that, and knows what he's talking about, Getting up there in age, but I would like to say that just has a lot of experience behind him.
He's up there in age, but in seeing him with some of the time up here at the Talk when he's been up here just doing some small demonstrations, great background in martial arts and edged weapons as well, a variety of edged weapons, and to see the speed that this man has.
He hasn't lost much, has he?
No, he absolutely has not.
I used to see him back in the day when he was in his prime, wasn't he?
That's almost scary.
Scary.
But,
scary. Yeah.
Got a great class coming up on March 23rd. That's going to be held here, unless of course we need some more space. But we'll deal with that if we get over a certain level. And it's everything from knife basics to what type of knife to carry, how to carry, how to deploy that quickly, efficiently. Clear up to some cutting techniques. What's going to work best in certain situations, all the way through to knife care and how to actually maintain that. And I think that's something that's lost as far as not a lot of people understand how to take care of that. And he's really got it, start to finish.
Mikey's another guy. We brought Mikey in. We've known him for quite a few years now. He takes a lot of classes up here, but Mikey's another one. It's all about reality.
It is.
Mikey gets rid of all that fluff, that stuff, all those different disciplines that don't really work out on the street when it comes down to the down and dirty part of it. And he gets rid of all that, and he gets down to the basics that help you survive. And that's what this class is going to be all about.
And it's really the basics, and that's where it starts at. Yeah. Same thing with the rest of the classics. Yeah. It all comes down to the basics, done flawlessly at speed, and he will absolutely get you there. Yeah. It's a great opportunity that we had to be able to host him and bring him in.
What else we got?
So after that, we got April 20th. So we take a little break there, but April 20th, we're back with EDC, Train Like It's Real. We've got a lot of other classes with fancy names, this, that, or the other, but really didn't have a better way to explain this other than
EDC, everyday care.
Yeah, it is. We get a lot of a variety of students out here, and they come out here most frequently with their range gun, the gun that they're most comfortable with. A lot of students, outside the waistband, some drop leg. It just depends on what they're doing, but they're not running the class with what they typically carry.
No. Most people don't, and that's a shame because so many people out there, you're carrying a little gun, so to speak, or one that fits you better, but you never get a chance to shoot it. You might shoot a magazine out of it a year and think you're good enough, and then like you said, you got them out there with your 4 and 5 inch range gun and run from an outside the waistband holster or drop leg holster, and real comfortable. You're shooting really well, and that's the whole thing. Nobody wants to embarrass themselves. Back to the reality and truth. It's like, I can't shoot that. I'll be embarrassed.
Exactly. And
but we'll bet our lives on it if we ever have to use it.
Right. And the marksmanship is still there, regardless of what it is that you're using. The marksmanship's there and the skills, but you have to be able to translate that over to what you're normally carrying.
That's right. We noticed that a lot. Just simple draw stroke. You got a good full-size grip frame gun. Not a bad, easy draw stroke, good grip on the gun, but then trying to reach for that little short, 7-round mag or whatever.
Yeah, going from something that carries 17 or 21 rounds is a lot different than going for that small gun. The class that this past year, 2023, we ran that class for the first time, and very open-minded people that were in that one.
Yeah,
and
big eye opener for a lot of people.
And they weren't afraid to make those mistakes or to not have as tight of a group or to run it as good as they normally did.
We did, and that was really good with that group. We had a good mix of men and women in that class, and it was good to see. Nobody was afraid to fail. They wanted to learn, and they came out right in the beginning of class in the morning and said, "Hey, I need a lot of practice with this," and they did. We took it step by step, and by the end of the day, everybody felt comfortable, loading up their defensive ammo and heading home that day. So it it felt good.
And that's really where we want to get you to. And but you see those carry guns, and a lot of times they're gathering dust, they're gathering lint. They go in the they're going in your holster, in your pants, on your side, wherever you've got that. Yeah. But they don't see a lot of use. They see a lot of carry, but not a lot of use, not a lot of training. And this class really, it knocks the dust off. It knocks the dust off those guns and the student that's there wanting to learn. So it's been great. We just had 2 more people sign up the other day, so looking forward to a great class there, and to push them, show them real environment, real situations that they're going to get into.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We had that class this last year, and looking at people's gear at the beginning of class before we even got up to the range, and I mean, you pull out their holsters and stuff. It's like this gun and this holster has got lint and dust and baby powder and whatever else you're using to freaking on your body that day is all over this holster. And it's like, holy mackerel, when was the last time you took this thing out?
Exactly.
It's pretty fun.
And that class, if anything, that class right there shows you where your carry systems, where things are going to break down on you. And belts is a huge spot where we see a lot of failures in. People showing up with the wrong belts, wearing the wrong type of belt for how they carry.
Probably about the worst piece of gear that people have.
Yeah.
They really skimp on the belt. I mean, good holster, to buy $1,000 gun, and to buy a $100 holster, and then to buy a $19.95 belt.
And for not much more, they could have a great belt to really make that run how they want it. Because the last thing that you want to do when you go to draw this gun from concealment is to have that gun come up the first 3 to 4 inches and your belt is just moving.
Coming with it,
and nothing more. So, or having the gun and the holster come out at the same time. That's a real bad situation.
Yeah.
So this lets us do that and really give an opportunity to the student to try this out realistically and push. We push hard with this mentally, physically. It's going to challenge them, but at the end, they're going to come away with something that is going to prepare them for when something happens.
Real good class. We didn't.
There are only so many ways you can do things. To say that, hey, this is the E.A.S.T group way of taking a mag out and putting a mag back in. It comes in, it comes out. That's it. It's either full, empty, or somewhere in between.
Yeah.
There's nothing else there to.
Nothing else there. We're trying to reinvent the wheel, because everybody's trying to sell a video or sell a class, but you get right down to there's only so many ways to do things. All right, so
unless of course you found a way to completely reinvent something. How many decades has the AR-15 platform been out for?
Quite a while.
It's been quite a while. So to say that you've came up with something new after so many decades and so many generations that have actually touched these and so many iterations of the firearm, to say that you've made something new for yourself is almost impossible.
Almost impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
So.
But there's people out there trying, aren't they?
They certainly are, and that's unfortunate.
And 2 or 3 more people buying in on it, yeah.
Absolutely. Up there, you're going to see this on our Facebook, our YouTube channel as well. But go to the website, click on the classes page, revamp the website this year. Earlier, actually late last fall, I just spruce things up a little bit. But go to the classes, see what we have available. And classes, if you don't see the class up there, if you're interested in doing a private class, and that's the reason you see some of these breaks in our schedule, and where we have some times where we don't have classes, we offer a lot of private classes here as well, and that's always an opportunity that's open.
Yeah, we do have quite a few private classes coming up this year with some different church groups and just private individuals, businesses,
schools,
and schools. So that is a big portion of our training too that you won't see on the schedule, for good reason. But but if you see something that you have a group, or your business has a group, or whatever the case may be, feel free, give us a call, and we could tailor something to what you're looking for, without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you out on the range.
Yep. See you later.